right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another DC Worlds Collide video. This is Mr. Squirrel, and as always, glad to have you here. Thanks for stopping by. So, let's chat a little bit about today. I've been getting a lot of requests in my videos to make an ultimate guide. Like, when do I ult? Why do I ult? So, I want to highlight the premise that you need to operate from, and I'm just going to get the, let's get this out of the way before anything else. You want to ult so that you're always maximizing the amount of damage you're going to do to the enemy team at all times. Whether that's, do you go with a sustain early? Do you enact the shield so your DPS can survive early enough so that they can actually get their ults off and do X, Y, and Z? Is it about setting up your DPS so that their ult hits for maximum damage? You get as much dampen to go into the enemy team as possible. We're going to use a couple case scenarios here, what I want to highlight. If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. But I'm more highlighting thinking. I'm not going to be thinking about trying to win. It's going to be thinking about trying to just illustrate these points. So on this team, I'm running a debuff team right now. It is not super well built. I'm just going to emphasize that. It is not. But I want to show on this team what I'm trying to do is that this team is about getting as many debuffs on the enemy team as possible before I ult with Sinestro. That means that I also need to be hitting up survivability. If my team is dead before my characters can do damage, well, then I am not. So what am I doing right here? I am casting Lex Luthor's ult first. Now, normally, I don't always think that's the best to do. I think normally it's okay. For my Lex Luthor, he has the, whatchamacallit on him, the Atlantean helmet. So he's going to get a heal back. If I cast that too early, he does lose the heal, but he does get the buffs from it, which is fine. He gets pretty decent amount of buffs anyways. But what that's doing is it's giving everyone sustainability. What does that do? That makes it so my team doesn't die. It makes it easier to set up Sinestro's ult to do maximum damage. Let's keep going. Okay, I'm going to stun everyone here. Stun everyone. Hopefully get some stuns. Okay, I got some good stuns. Yes. Now you see, again, we're just trying to maximize debuffs here. So the next thing I'm going to do is, again, maximizing debuffs. All right. Okay, so you just gave a lot of survivability. So now we're going to do is we're going to go here and here and here. It's a lot of debuffs all in a row. So, again, notice how I haven't triggered Sinestro's ult yet. I could have triggered it a little bit earlier, but in this case, I'm trying to maximize damage. I'm trying to get as many debuffs on this team as I possibly can before. Now, I'm going to do this. It's not the best idea, but I am trying to get the question down. Okay, so now the question, because he can be a kind of a pain in the butt. Great. And now I can just wait again. I'm going to heal up here. I'm going to now see if maybe I can get another Sinestro ult up pretty soon, because his ult is also 4. So just make note of that. Great. And I can put up Sinestro again. They already have a ton of debuffs. So now I'm just spamming Sinestro's ult because I can. Because my team has set up a ton of debuffs. It was ready. If you found a way without ulting with the other characters to set up a ton of debuffs, oh, we can do this right now. Then that also is great for your team. That means that you're doing more damage and you're creating a scenario that allows your team to maximize damage through, sometimes the best offense, sometimes the best defense, the best offense, sometimes the best offense is a good defense, right? So we're going to go back real quick, and I'm going to do this in another example. So let me pause real quick. All right, I'm going to show 2 unique examples here. The first is going to be just Raffle Stomp, go as much damage as fast as possible, and the second one's going to be a little more tactful. So we're going to do the Raffle Stomp, Mr. Terrific team. Okay. This team is literally like, can I kill them before they kill me? Because I don't have a lot of sustain right now because my team is not designed that way. The only person on this team that's like really well built is Hal Jordan. Everyone else is just meh. And there's a massive deficit right now, as you can see. Okay, so here we go. All right. I'm going to cast Hal Jordan's ult at not the opportune moment here. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm trying to kill them as fast as possible. I did it right here because there was a lot of dampen stacks, which means that they're going to take a lot of superpower damage, which is good for me. Now my job is to, again, I'm just trying to go for as much damage as I possibly can, as fast as I can. This isn't like, I'm going to be the most tactful in the world. Oh, that sucked. That was not good. I really wanted Jessica Cruz to survive that. I actually kind of needed her to survive that, and she did not, which is not the greatest. So we're going to do this now. I'm going to use Guy instead, which, again, not exactly the happiest about how that just turned out. But, again, that's the nature of this team, right? Okay. The next one I'm going to do, okay, Superman's still alive. Okay, that's why I have him there. Okay, now let's pause. You're going to see me do something. I'm going to explain the next move. I'm going to go Mr. Terrific because he's going to put dampen on more characters. And then I'm going to use Hal Jordan because Hal Jordan will do more damage because of all the dampen stacks that are on the enemy team. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, and now we go here. There's Mr. Terrific's ult to increase dampen on everyone. They take more damage. Hal does Hal things and hopefully kills someone here. So he can do more damage. Did not get the kill. Well, he got 1, but I needed him to get 2. Okay, so let's do a little bit more tactful of a team count. Give me a second. All right, you're probably looking at this team like, why are you healer and damage dealer up in the front? Because the majority of the damage is actually going to the back line. Because those support characters in the back there just throw grenades at your back line. So I want my actually tanks to be in the back line while I want my DPS to be in the front line. Now, this is a more traditional team when I have 2 tanks, 2 attackers, and a healer. Now, I am not, so we're going to watch me go through this here, and we're going to see how am I playing this in a way to maximize. Notice I am not ulting right now. I'm waiting because I want, okay. Now I'm going to ult so I get Lex's heal from his Atlantean helmet. Okay, great. Now the next thing I'm going to do here, actually, I want to highlight something that I did wrong. So this is good. I can highlight a mistake. I actually ulted. Well, we can show this, but this was actually incorrect in the way I ulted. I ulted actually too early. Now, you're probably saying, what do you mean you ulted too early? It looked fine to me. Yes and no. Because one of the things that just happened right there, and unfortunately, there's a couple things that are happening. You do not want to ult with Hal until he's had his second turn on this team. Because on this team that I have the red crystal, that will boost his damage by 25%, gives him 15, I think it's 15% lifesteal. I could be forgot, but it also sacrifices like 20% of his HP, but it's a huge damage boost. What I just did right there was I did his ult before it even procced, so I missed all of that. The other thing is I ulted too early with Lex Luthor. Because I ulted so early with him, the shield for Hal Jordan will wear out. By the time it's Hal Jordan's, the optimal moment where I can use Hal's ultimate, creating a very big problem in terms of maximizing damage. So normally, I'm going to go back here real quick. We're going to restart, and I want to show something. This is, if I'm going to put this on auto, and I'm going to show you in the bottom here, here is how I would ult on this team. I would go John, Lex, Hal. That way, once Lex ults, Hal will be able to ult at max efficiency because he's going to have the shield from Lex, even though it might be a turn later. And he will also have the procced red crystal, giving him maximum damage when he ults. And then I'll have Jess to help keep up sustainability. Now, normally, actually, I like to keep it like this, with Jess actually being the last, because I really like Kid Flash being a little bit sooner in the turn so he can heal if needed. I'm actually going to go on full auto here, and we're going to watch this play out. So the first thing I want to do is I want to actually put up John Stewart, because John gets his nice little ability where he can retaliate. Hopefully he didn't do that there, which is a little bit of a bummer. Now, okay, good. Hal Jordan just got his ult. Wow, that really hurt. But what we're gonna do now, as you're gonna see, is that I just ulted with Lex Luthor. That gives my team. So he's gonna give this, so he didn't attack, which is great. Okay, now I'm going to take this off ult because, oh no, yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to show you what I want to do here. There's a couple things that I really want to do. The first thing I'm going to do, oh, he's dead. That sucks. Okay, well, that is what it is. I can actually show this. So now I'm going to go with Jess because I want to maximize Hal Jordan's shield. Also maximize how, oh, this happens sometimes. If you press it too early, then it goes like that. But the point that I'm trying to do here is maximize survivability while also keeping my team, will maximize damage by keeping my team alive. Now, again, this team is very difficult to beat. And it's trying to, like, this has a lot to do with positioning. I think the other team comp was the way to beat this right now. And I wanted to show this, though, is to show you my thinking that's going into, like, why I'm doing what I'm doing, from not just a unga bunga sense, but from a sense of, we'll do this one more time on this team. I don't think, again, this is the way to beat it, but I'm trying to illustrate my thinking behind leveling. I'm also at a pretty big deficit here. It could be worse. But this team that I'm playing right here, I don't think is the best team to beat this level. But again, we're going to use this. I'm going to highlight a few things. I'm going to change a few things around. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm not actually going to ult with Jon Stewart. I think that was actually a bad decision. Okay. She's back up. Now you're probably wondering, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm going to show you. So we're going to go with, now I probably should have waited a little bit there, but that's okay. I'm going to wait for Lex Luthor to come off turn. There we go. I'm going to get his shield up to the whole team. Perfect. Now everyone's got a shield up. Perfect. Great, great, great. All right. Now, so there's that crystal. Crystal's very helpful. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to do this. I'm actually going to heal first, and then I'm going to use Hal Jordan's ult here. When my ult come back up, I'm going to then proc Jessica Cruz's. Okay. This might sting a little bit. Oh, that poison, man. Okay, she's still alive, which is okay. Okay, he just gave everyone an ult. Okay, well, everyone's dead now. Well, what's his name is dead. We're going to save, because I want to save till Lex's next turn, because I just lost my, that's an auto ult, or an auto crit. Auto ult. I don't even know what that means. Okay. You're probably wondering, why aren't you using, so this is, again, this team is not, let's see if I can get Lex up now. Okay. Now I got everyone with a shield. Okay. Okay. He's got an ult. So hopefully he can, there we go. Okay, hopefully this can do something. Again, not the best team for this. Okay, but again, I'm not trying to show to win. If I'm trying to show to win, I would do different teams, different things. I'm trying to show the rationale behind why I'm ulting, where I am ulting, and the order of ult and the decision-making processes that go into those decisions. This is not meant to be, hey, here's how you win, because then I'm just going to go unga bunga with Mr. Terrific's team and just ult as much as I possibly can with Hal Jordan as fast as I can to unga bunga the level down. And even then, I think there's better ways to do the unga bunga style than what I was doing in that given moment. So that's what I'm thinking right now, ladies and gentlemen. I see a lot of people asking me for this vid, and I wanted to kind of just explain my thinking in as quick of a way as possible that gives you insight into the decision-making processes that I've made to get up to 25-18 at this point in time with this team. That's it for this, folks. I hope everyone is having a great day, and remember, failing is just your first attempt in learning.